is my GGC Geddon's Gaming Corner. We are back with another Good Morning Drive where I wish positivity on everyone viewing and not viewing while we talk about video games, sports, some politics, random stuff, you know. So this is what we do. Episode, I think, 87. I can't remember what was my last number. As always, I hope everyone had a great holiday with your family or Thanksgiving. And you guys got your bellies full. You made something for your loved ones. And you spent it with them as well. And you had a good holiday, either on Thanksgiving or even after Thanksgiving. You had a great weekend, or even Black Friday or whatever the weekend was. Hope you had a good one. All right, and I hope that you guys have a great week, a great start to your week, as in this Monday. Yeah, it's getting cold out here in New Jersey. We are on the Parkway, and I'm driving my butt into work. What we're gonna talk about this in this episode is Nintendo buys Namco, so to speak. We got ESG football with a great update, and we got varsity football with another update. And I'm not going to talk a ton about varsity football because I'm going to have a video on that maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, but I'm going to break down the November update. But yeah, so let's start off with ESG football with their update. Yeah, ESG football, we all know what it is. 7-on-7, 11 versus 11 simulation football game, where you go out there and play in the field or the city. And it's a lot like NBA 2K. We all know about it. Free to play. Build up your players, build up your team, and get the squad going. Well, it first started out on PC for starters, then it went to PlayStation 5. Now it's headed to Xbox. Yeah, ESG football is headed to Xbox. It's I'm not going to say it's around the corner, but it should be happening very soon. Very soon. Go out there to the ESG football Discord. Follow the links. Follow the pathway to the Xbox server. I think the founder or co-founder wanted to know if anybody was on Xbox Series X or S. Let them know what you have, and that's just the first start. And they're going to be rolling out the game as the same way that they rolled out on that PlayStation 5, where the first step is getting into the server. Second step, fill out a questionnaire, study a little bit. And then the third step was to get the code to play on Xbox. Now, depending on your Xbox is when the game is going to be released to you. I surmise, I don't know for sure. I'm just, guessing, because the Xbox Series S and X, though they are the same system family of systems, the Xbox Series S is way weaker than the Xbox Series X. So essentially, you got to make two different versions of your game, slightly, because they have the same GPU, but they process things a little differently. So they had they took their time with the Xbox Series S and X because of that reason alone. So ESG football is headed to your Xbox Series systems. So if you want to play, again, go on to their Discord, follow the path to their Xbox server, and let the co-founder know that you have an Xbox Series S or Xbox Series X. Yeah. And hopefully they'll get codes out to you. But all I know is I'm trying to squad up. I'm trying to play on some Xbox. And your boy's an Xbox main. You feel me? So I'm trying to get on that Xbox Series X for real. But yeah, so Here we are. We got ESG football that's already out, free to play. Now we have another football game that I've mentioned several times on the channel, Varsity Football. Varsity Football, another independent developed game, looking extremely smooth. It's looking extremely smooth. They are focusing on gameplay and a lot on animations. Their animations for independent developed football game is the best that I've seen ever. The animations are crazy good in varsity football. Crazy good. Now, we haven't seen tackles. We haven't seen any of that type of stuff yet. We haven't seen blocking, but the quarterback animations behind the pocket looks extremely promising for the rest of the game. Like, if the quarterback footwork and movement, if that's an indication of how they want the whole game to move, 11 versus 11 to move, then we are in for a major treat when it comes to varsity football. It's a high school football game, by the way. All fantasy, nothing licensed. And I'm telling you, the game looks amazing. I'm gonna do another video on that, a separate video, really break down the update for November for you guys. And that should be out tomorrow or Wednesday, depending on how I'm feeling. Right? I gotta start live streaming again too. Things are starting to slow down a little bit. I need to start live streaming again. Live streaming some ESG football, or even Battlefield, because I play a lot of Battlefield. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hope everyone is well out there. And the last bit of news that we got is Nintendo buys Namco. For real? No, they didn't buy Namco. They bought a subsidiary of Namco, Singapore. I think this is the same company that helped Nintendo develop Smash Brothers Ultimate, I should say, which my son is starting to play now. He's already kind of like getting the gist of it in a way at 4 to 5 years old, which is crazy. And that boy hates losing, so he likes to, I think he's going to be the one to practice a lot, But anyway, I think the same company that helped Sakurai develop Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and they were the first developers that were trying to make Metroid Prime 4, right? But then that game was scrapped, and Metroid was in development hell. But hey, Metroid is finally coming out. It's finally coming out on Nintendo Switch 1 and 2 this week. Oh man, I gotta get me a Switch 2 ASAP, for real. But yeah, that game looks hella good. And yeah, so Nintendo buys Namco, a subsidiary of Namco. So that's gonna be interesting. And Nintendo and Namco have a bit of a history. Two Japanese developers, and they make a lot of. Namco breaks their back to bring their games to the Switch, like Tekken, Soul Calibur, So yeah, Namco Singapore purchased by Nintendo. I wonder what they're going to be working on. I surmise it's going to be the next Smash Brothers game. If it's the same developer. And that's going to about do it for my video today, for my little live stream. I was gonna say, bring up Shedeur Sanders at the very end. Second game, QB rating of 92 or something like that, or 90. That's two games where his quarterback rating is higher than like 85. First game was 87. That's the game they won. They went up against the 49ers. Got spanked 28-8. Excuse me, 28-8. So they definitely lost that game. But they didn't lose because of Shador, I'll tell you that. He had 150 yards, 1 touchdown. I think, was it 18 of 24 passing? Something like that, I think. But yeah, they didn't lose because of him. They lost because bad coaching decisions and special teams. You know, you can't. It's so hard to win when you're turning the ball over, and it's almost as hard to win if you're surrendering all this field position. You know, in football, you know, if a team doesn't have to march down the field, you know, from their own 10 or 20-yard line, if they're getting it on your 50-yard line, 40-yard line, you know, that's, yeah, this guy, the coach decided to go for it on 4th down when they were backed up on their own 30 or 40. They had a muff punt. It was special teams and the coaching decisions that really messed up that game for them, you know. And the 49ers couldn't really move the ball on that defense. So, go figure, right? But yeah, we'll see how the Browns sabotage their next game. But yeah, so I gotta say, quick video. Hope you guys got some information or been informative with the information that I done sent you and said to you. I'm gonna wrap this one up. We're out of here. You guys have a great and awesome rest of your day and rest of y'all week. Again, I'm dropping that varsity football video more than likely on Tuesday or Wednesday, the latest. All right, so you guys have a good one. Peace. We out of here.